What's up, you motherfuckers? Good to see ya. Yeah, so, a little under a week ago, I got an Xbox One, and this is pretty much a video just to tell you about why I waited a little bit, why you should probably wait or shouldn't wait, or about a little bit about the games, about my experience so far. And it's been 6 days, so just a little bit of help to help you decide whether you should go with an Xbox One or PS4. So, where do I begin? Well, when these were both announced they were going to be released, when they said the PS4's coming out and the Xbox One, I literally just went, oh, fuck it, I can't be arsed. So it's just another thing to get money, and it's just going to be another fucking, the same kind of rage they do every time a console comes out. It's going to be fucking riots and all kinds of shit to get your hands on the console on fucking day one kind of thing. So I work in a retail shops at the moment, so I could obviously see when they were about to be launched and the prices and everything. So I thought, oh, fuck pre-ordering. I got a look at the console price, and I noticed how much more the Xbox One was, over £100 in most cases, depending on where you get it from. The controllers were around about 50 each, 55 for the PS4, I think. Which I thought, well, I'm not paying 50 quid for a controller. Like, that's how many Xbox 360 games could I get with 50 quid? If I pick smart ones. And obviously each game, when I was looking at the price of the games, they were round about, on each console, round about between 45 and 60, depending, really. So the first thing is why I waited. When they first came out, I didn't give a shit about pre-ordering or getting it for Christmas or buying it myself. I thought it's too much money for something I didn't really have an interest in the first place. And then I thought about it, and I thought, well, if they're bringing out an Xbox One, then that means they're probably going to put all the effort into, putting this console front and center, which means they're going to kind of take away from Xbox 360. The games won't be as good, the graphics won't be as good, there'll be more effort focused towards the X1 or the PS4 respectively. So I thought, well, I got my Xbox in 2008, I think, so I've had a good 6 years as a 360 fan, kind of thing, of that experience. First I had the Super Nintendo and a Sega, then a Nintendo 64, then a PlayStation, then a PS2, then a PSP, and a Game Boy Advance, and a Wii, and then an Xbox 360. So originally I was pretty much a Sony guy. I loved my PlayStation, I loved my PS2. And I went from a normal PlayStation 2 for years to the PS2 Slim, so I was pretty much a Sony guy for most of the time. And then when the Xbox 360 came out, that was the main multiplayer thing. Like, when I want a console, I end up getting it within a week, kind of thing. I don't know how it works out because I never have the money, but my friends had a 360, I wanted one. A week later, I had one, and it wasn't because my parents bought it. It was just shit happens, right? And I mainly bought it because of the release titles at the time. Like, obviously, the Xbox 360 had been out for 3 years or so. And the games out, there was Assassin's Creed and Gears of War and Halo 3 and Crackdown and Saints Row. And at the time, I was like, that's the console I want. That's the console for me. It's great for multiplayer. It's what my friends are on. I don't want a PS3. I want Xbox Live, so I went with the 360. That was the good thing about me getting it so late, because there were so many, the console was quite cheap. You could get quite a lot. There was deals on the games, 2 for 30, things like that. There was quite a lot of deals on. A lot of games had come out because it'd been over years. If you get it on day one, there's not that many games out. And if you're like me, you haven't got a lot of money, you're kind of broke. It's very difficult, buying loads of games when you haven't got the money. For £60 a game, if you have 2 games, it's 120 quid right there. I mean, for 2 games when they first come out, and you don't even know if you like them or not. And some of these aren't even exclusives. They're just the cross-platform, multi-platform games. And so for the PS4, we've got Killzone Shadowfall as an exclusive. You've got Resogun that you get free, I think, with PlayStation Plus, I think, which I'll get to in a bit. I'm trying to see. They've got Knack, which reminds me a little bit of Little Big Planet. The kind of, I think they're trying to go that way, try to make Knack like what Little Big Planet was to PlayStation 3. So not a massive load of exclusives for the PS4, but there's not many for the Xbox One either. But the multi-platform, you've got Assassin's Creed Black Flag or Battlefield, you've got Call of Duty Ghosts, and obviously you've got your Need for Speed Rivals and Madden 25, and I think you can get NBA, NBA 2K14, and like Madden 25 on both consoles as well. You know, just because they release them every year, and then you've got Lego Marvel Superheroes for both consoles. So not massive load of exclusives for the PS4, and like it's very hard to explain this, but basically, I wanted the PS4. Like when I sat down, I looked at it. I looked at the advantages of the PS4, the advantages of the Xbox One. The Xbox One, I was really blasé about. I was really sort of like, you know, the Xbox One is fucking shit. I didn't even think I could actually enjoy this. I thought, oh, you know what I mean? I don't need a Kinect. I don't want a Kinect. I don't need shit spying on me on a thing. But then I thought PS4, I can share games quickly. You know, if I get PlayStation Plus, if I pay, you know, 50 quid for PlayStation Plus, pretty much the same as I'd pay for a year of Xbox Live. And with Xbox Live, you can only just really download demos. If you get PlayStation Plus, you're gonna get you get free games every month. So if you have that game you have a console like I did for fucking 6 years, and you've got this many years worth of fucking free games you can go through. You know, it's saving you money in the long haul because you're getting to pay to play online, just like with Xbox Live, but you're getting free games, which is fucking better. Then because you've got 500 gigabyte fucking hard drive, you can just interchange which ones you want. You can complete a game, don't like it, delete it, put another one in. You know what I mean? And in the first couple of months, that's with Gaikai, and I don't think that's even out yet. I think they're still in talks of whether or not it's going to come to fruition or not. You know, of bringing back the games from you know, last gen consoles, you know, previous gen, backward compatibility games, like games from the PS3 and PS2 and PS1 maybe. I don't know if they've actually clarified they're actually going to do that as a definite, but I've heard talks about it. So hopefully they will bring that back and you can play, you know, the classic games, the old fucking Spyro Year of the Dragon, which was an amazing game. Hopefully the Bouncer, which not many people know about, was a fucking amazing game. When the PlayStation first came out, it was a fucking brilliant game for its time, I think. So basically the Xbox One launch titles are Rise, Son of Rome, and that looks like my kind of game simply because it is fucking, you know, Roman gladiators. I'm kind of historic loving kind of person, so that's kind of appeals to me in the hack and slash kind of way. Kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings a bit. So there's that. They've got Dead Rising 3, which I'm going to go into. I might do a whole different video about this one because I've got a lot to say about it. Forza Motorsport 5, which I think I had Forza 2, I think I got Forza 2 or Forza 3 for my Xbox 360 a few years ago. This would have been 2009. And I literally played a couple of races and I could not fucking handle the driving system. You know, you'd fucking handbrake and you'd go sliding off the fucking course, spin, hit a wall, and the drift on it was insane. You'd try and drift around a corner and you'd just go off the road and it was just swaying in the road, and I thought, fuck this. This one was completely different, it's better, and I'll explain why once again in the game video. See, you've got Crimson Dragon, which is an exclusive to Xbox One. You've got Killer Instinct. I played one fight of that and got pissed off just because it was so slow. Like, someone hits you in the corner, pressing block did nothing. It wasn't a bad game, but I just felt like, you know, when I want a button mash and all that's going is one punch, one kick. Like, when you want button mashing, you want it to fucking respond quickly. So if I'm doing combos, you want it to respond to combos. So I didn't really enjoy that. It was kind of irritating. The controls for supers were kind of really vague, so if your finger slipped, you know, into that side instead of across, it didn't fucking work, which pissed me off. Fighter Within, which I've heard bad things about, but you know, when I get that, I'll review it if I get it. So it's not off to a bad start. So this is going to be the part one of the video, just the introduction. Then I'm going to tell you why I didn't get it and why I will, basically. So yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit. See you later, you slag.